As one line draws to a close, we embark on a new and exciting one. This is the very beginning of my coverage for Transformers Power of the Primes. And where better to begin than with one of the new characters, new Legends class molds, and overall brand new figure in every way, shape, and form. I'm talking, of course, about the newest Dinobot Slash. And we're going to cover everything to do with her, as well as a couple of custom paint details when we embark on the latest GotBot True Review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, and me everywhere. Spend some time on the channel, see what it is that catches your attention. There's a lot of stuff to explore. And granted, I'm not done exactly anyway, the Titans Return line or the movie line, but I managed to score these guys and decided, hey, why not jump right into Power of the Primes? First things first though, I did a couple of custom paint apps on her. In fact, as we go through, you'll probably see that in this first wave of not only Legends, but also the Deluxes and at least one of the Voyagers, some of them I've done nothing with. Some of them I've done a couple of little touch-ups on, and a couple of them I've done a substantial amount of work on. But we'll get to all of that eventually. For now, I want to start off by telling a little bit of a story before we get into any of the details with her. A while ago, and this is a shout out to Masterfire, a while ago him and I had a conversation regarding how it seems like the figures coming out of Japan more and more are, I guess, not showing the same level of love that they once did, the same level of pride in craftsmanship, the same level of extra paint details and whatnot. In other words, they're not substantially different from their Hasbro counterparts. And to a degree, I can see that. Granted, recently we've had things like their cup that was substantially different, and Blur, but then we had Trypticon that wasn't different in any way, shape, or form. And he may have a point. However, I think that part of the reason is because they're putting more of their effort into this like movie line, movie masterpiece line and whatnot. And I get that, I understand that, especially if it's a big draw over there. However, I don't think that his concern is unwarranted, because we have word now, and Masterfire, I hate to say this to you, my friend, but we have word now that the Power of the Primes line over there is going to be known by the same name. In other words, it's not part of the Legends line, which has always been ultra animation accurate. In fact, word has it that the figures coming out of Japan are going to be exactly the same as what we get here in North America, right down to the last tampograph applied and the last foil sticker applied. Apparently they're going to be exactly the same. And some might say, oh, they no longer care. I don't know if it's that so much as it's a case of their manpower and resources are really being used in other ways, like in that movie line. Some people have thought, hey, it'd be a good idea to repaint this one or that one. Maybe Japan will do it. I don't think that's going to happen. I can understand the argument. I'd like to see certain ones, but I think we're largely going to get the exact same thing. And if you want differences, you may have to resort to buying stickers or doing some custom work yourself. Anyway, on we go here with Slash. I'm going to take her off for a moment, and I'm going to take that off for a moment. And this is the package. It is a package You know, decent art on it. It's nice and eye-catching, nice and colorful. And of course we have the art and whatnot on the back. You know, it just shows her interacting, I think, with Liege Maximo, if I'm not mistaken, down bottom there. And a couple of pictures of her. And that's it. She does have a bio, but it says she's a tracker, if that means anything to you. And of course we have the ever popular collector card. I don't like these. I don't like the fact that there's 12 variations of them, and I don't like the fact that there is absolutely, positively no stats on them. In fact, on the back, you just get a little bit of a bio here. This is Alchemist Slash, so she has the power on this card of Alchemist Prime. All of them give some sort of a power. Some of those powers are a little wishy-washy. And all that you really have here is a little bio about what the power is. In Alchemist's case, it secretly alters energy signals to make any bot trackable, which is a cool detail, no doubt. So I'm going to bring her back in, and I guess I say her because apparently Slash is the first female Dinobot. And in fact, apparently Slash was the first female Dinobot in the movie as well. Who knew? Certainly not I. I'm going to reposition some things here, and we will get a better look at the Power of the Primes version. And we're going to come back and do a comparison in Dino mode, because I think we all know what the robot mode of this one looks like. So I'll take that out of it and reposition things. Okay, so first and foremost, the paint apps. Since we don't have a fiction to compare to, I'm going to say 10. They embody the look of a Dinobot here so well. It worked out so great. I love the way the shoulders were done with the bit of gold there. I love the interplay of the red and the grays. It's fantastic. The only thing that bugged me, and the only paint app that I added here, is I took the eyes from red and painted them blue, because Dinobots are good guys. And everybody knows that the good guys have blue eyes and the bad guys have red eyes. Even though sometimes in the toys we do get variations on that. The Dinobots being an example of always having red eyes. And, okay, I know I said good guys, and they don't really get along with Optimus or many others. They don't really listen to rules or regulations, so I can kind of see how that might be a little wishy-washy. But at the end of the day, they, in their animation, have always had blue eyes. So I did paint the eyes blue here. Bit tedious, bit challenging. I highly suggest if you're going to do it to use a toothpick, but 10. And if you're not going to do it, it doesn't matter. If you're cool with the red eyes, that's fine. Okay, so now that we know that we're starting off with the 10 for paint apps, which admittedly is a little bit of a cheat since we don't really have anything to compare this to, let's move on and have a look at the articulation. The head goes left and right on a ball joint. The shoulders can go all the way around on a ball joint, way out to the side. We have a nice 90-degree elbow, and because of the is it because of the ball joint, or is it a dedicated hinge? I think that's a dedicated hinge for the bicep swivel. So that's very nice. Big fan of that, actually. We have legs that can go way forward and back about that far, which is effective. We have a 90-degree at the knee, and we have toes that can tilt. Oh, and the legs can also go way, way out to the side. So that's good. I'm a fan of that as well. Articulation for a legend-size figure is highly effective. I'm a big fan. And I think that we can say it's a success. I'm going to give it, you know, nothing at the waist, I don't think. No, nothing at the waist. No big shock. She stands well. Honestly, I'm giving it about a 9.5. A couple of things like a waist swivel would have been nice, but a solid 9.5. Now, She is a little more slight than others. You know, here she is with Brawn. And you can see she's more slight. And I'm okay with that, because isn't a raptor supposed to be small anyway? Like, isn't that I know vicious, but isn't it a small dinosaur? If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry, but I really don't know. And here she is with one of her wave mates, that of course being none other than Beachcomber. So you can see how things are kind of coming together here. Let's get into the transformation for her and see how well she does. Okay, so easy thing first is to lift her tail up over her head. You can also bring out her, I guess, feet that are on the back of her hands and kind of angle her arms forward, because they're going to be her dino feet. Then things start to get a little bit interesting. You take the feet of the robot and fold them all the way in, and all the way in. We spin this leg around, and we spin this leg around. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned thigh swivel. She has thigh swivel too. So that's always good. The legs peg together. Like that. And then you're going to fold them up under her body. Now, when you fold them up, and I should get these out of the way. When you fold them up, you do have a couple of little red tabs down here. They go into these holes on the shins, I guess we'll say, the calves. And these gray pieces will kind of fold up around the arms, so to speak. So we bring this down, and bring this all the way down, and bring it up, and line it up like that. Now, they're probably going to pop out at first until you open up the back, right there, and flip out her entire head and arms section. Bring the head forward. And in this mode, you can, you know, still kind of use the elbows now as knees. The legs can still go out. The head doesn't go down anymore, but it can go up. The jaw, that can open and close. So that's impressive. And I guess technically her tail can move a little bit, and the arms can move up and down. This piece is still left up for a reason, because this is the Titan Master integration. A lot of people have sort of set the Titan Master or Prime Master, and they need to kind of look like they're not quite sitting, and it doesn't quite fit, but you can put it in like that. That's one option. Or you can do like me, and I'm just going to lay her down for a minute. I tend to bend the legs like he's kneeling, and place it in there like that. So now you have a swoop head, a Tiro riding this raptor. Honestly, I'm not going to do either. I'm not down for either. Not a fan. I will close that up, and I will set her up as best I can. Here's the one problem with her. I find you can't really get her to stand very well. She always wants to come forward, like there's a lot of her body up front, and she wants to fall forward like that. There's probably a way to do it. I haven't really figured it out. Okay, so maybe there isn't. Either way, here's your comparison of the movie Slash versus the new Power of the Primes version. Now, the movie Slash is a custom job that I did. I looked at a long time ago in episode 70. I scored the paint apps at a 4. stock because it had the, like, you know, banana leaf yellow and like aquamarine blue. The new one from the last night is probably a bit better, but overall, I could see the argument that some people made that a deluxe was too big for this. The articulation of that one is only a 6. You know, it's a 9.5 on this one. The transformation on that one was a 7.5. Honestly, the transformation on this one is pretty easy and sort of enjoyable, to be honest with you. I'm going to score it at a 9. She had a 9 for articulation, she had a 9 for transformation, she had a 10 for paint apps. I mean, she's a solid 9. Maybe even a 9.25. It's a good figure for an original Dinobot. I think it's a great entry. The only problem is I can't seem to find the balance point to get her to stand on her own. I'm sure it exists. I just cannot find it. And if you can, great. I applaud you. You know, is she one that you absolutely need? That's up to you. I'm glad that I can add her. And she will replace the one from the movie line on my shelf. I also mentioned paint apps of making the visor blue in robot mode. I also made the little dino eyes blue here. I don't know if I can actually get it close enough for you to see, but we're going to give it a try before we check out of here. And there you can see the blue in her dino eyes. So I think it looks a little more accurate because, like I said, I think they should be. They're stock red, so if you're cool with that, then no big deal. And I kind of like the fact that they put gold underneath clear plastic to kind of mimic the look of what we had with the G1 toys. I dig it, and I dig her. Anyway, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for giving me a little bit of your very valuable time. Let me know what you think about the newest Dinobot, and I very much look forward to the next time that you and I have a visit right here inside the video.